Janet Yellen steps down. What does this mean for XRP and the future of cryptocurrency in the United States? Under Janet Yellen's tenure as Treasury Secretary, the regulatory stance on cryptocurrencies, including XRP, has been cautious with a focus on curbing malign activities associated with digital assets. This has led to uncertainty and sometimes hostile regulatory actions that have affected XRP's adoption and price volatility. On top of that, XRP in particular faced legal challenges from regulatory bodies like the SEC, which accused Ripple Labs of selling unregistered securities. This has created a cloud of uncertainty around XRP, affecting its market perception and investors' confidence. The broader crypto community has often felt at odds with US regulatory policies, which are seen as outdated or overly restrictive for the fast-evolving crypto space. This has led to concerns about US losing its edge in the global crypto market. With Janet Yellen stepping down, the report suggests a pro-crypto figure like Scott Bessent might take over. There's a potential shift for a more favorable crypto policy. This includes possibly clearer regulations or even support for blockchain technologies. There's a need for the new Treasury Secretary to focus on providing clear guidelines that differentiate between different types of digital assets, allowing for innovation while protecting investors. This clarity could significantly benefit XRP by resolving legal ambiguities. The crypto community, including XRP enthusiasts, can advocate for better regulatory frameworks by engaging with policymakers, educating them on the benefits of blockchain, and pushing for the US to adopt a more progressive stance similar to other countries. This includes lobbying for policies that recognize XRP's utility in cross-border payments, which could lead to a broader adoption. We will be diving into a deeper dive into this Janet Yellen leaving. We're also going to be diving into more breaking news, what's going on over at X, what has been happening with Bitcoin as of late, SUI making big headways, $560 million leveraged crypto was liquidated this weekend, Michael Saylor about to buy more crypto, and we'll also check in with the charts for XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. If you are going to be the first millionaire in your family, let us know by confirming that by smashing that subscribe button down below. And if you're feeling bullish and you're feeling blessed about this current bull run, let us know by commenting 777 down below. Let's check out the market sentiment, where things are right now. Today's cryptocurrency price by market cap. First and foremost, we're at a $3.33 trillion market cap. Money is continuing to flow into cryptocurrency, so don't be left behind. By the way, this video is for educational purposes only. Do not buy or sell anything that we talk about in this video. Make sure you do your own research and make your own choices. Right now, volume over the weekend has definitely fallen down. We're down 12.15% at 193 billion in volume. Fear and greed is currently sitting at an 86, which is actually very positive. I know a lot of people are freaking out because this weekend we've had a large pullback, or what would be considered a large pullback nowadays. But in reality, this is nothing. We're still continuing with that positive momentum to the upside. Fear and greed is currently sitting at 86, so it is not overheated. There is more room for upside for cryptocurrency as a whole. Good news for altcoin holders: XRP, XLM, Dogecoin, SUI, even Ethereum, with the Bitcoin dominance starting to fall, currently sitting at 57.98%. On the total market cap charts here, we got XRP coming in at number 6 right now, still trying to overtake BNB. We've seen a bunch of people posting that XRP has surpassed BNB on the market cap charts. That is not true. We do have BNB still sitting at number 5. But the great thing is we have now taken a significant lead over Dogecoin. So we're currently sitting at $82 billion. BNB sitting at $95 billion. So only $13 billion more to go to overcome the BNB market cap. As we've been following along over here on TradingView, which if you're not using TradingView, it's a free app. Go take a look. It's on websites and on your phone. Right here is the market cap dominance for Bitcoin, which we just talked about a minute ago, sitting at 59.81. But what's interesting is right now, Bitcoin's dominance rose right up into a severe area of interest, and it has been rejecting off of that level. This does not mean that Bitcoin cannot continuing to go up as far as price goes, but it does mean as we see Bitcoin's dominance start to come back to the downside, we can then start to see the altcoins make the runs to the higher levels. And when we take a look here at the XRP chart, we can take a look at what happened last weekend. So Saturday had a very nice massive push to the upside. Sunday had a downside. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was all sideways. So we did have some accumulation there. Then a pump to the upside. And the same thing happened this weekend. Even on Saturday, we had a massive push to the upside. Some people were taking profits at this level. Today, Sunday, had a pretty steep drop down to $1.27. And one thing that I want everyone to keep in mind, there's a pretty important scenario that's playing out that a lot of people are not talking about. I've been talking about it for quite some time now. So we did have this area of interest that we've been talking about that comes to us from 2001. And the reason that this is such a huge area of interest, and the reason we had some sell-off right here, even though there's tons of massive momentum, people are very excited. Never seen the XRP community as excited as I have right now. But the scenario is all of these people that were here in this push to the upside back in 2021, there's a lot of people that bought up here, like tons and tons and tons of people purchased XRP up here. And we can see from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row, it kept getting to this level before falling. So all of the people that did purchase in here, they probably don't have diamond hands anymore after suffering for 3 years to the downside. So when price gets to this level and they're finally back to a break-even point, well, they're ready to just let it go. All right. So the soft weak hands are exiting the market, which is totally fine because those long-term diamond hand holders are starting to pick up those orders. But that is why you start to see things like this in a market. We can even take a look at a coin such as Dogecoin as well, because this was a key level of interest coming from back in June of 2021 as well. Price got to this level. And as you can see, people are breaking even or taking profits at this level. That's why it's having a little bit of a hard time on the daily of pushing through this section that it's at, getting above that 45-cent level and holding it as a support. Will it push through there? Sure. Once all of the weak hands are out of the market and the diamond hands have accumulated all of those coins that are available for sale, it will continue to push back to the upside. Now let's jump over here to X and take a look at the headline, see what is going on as far as market goes for crypto. One of the major things that I covered yesterday in our video was the inverse Kramer. And if you're not familiar with it, literally the day that XRP, Bitcoin, and many other coins were on their way up, significantly pumping, Jim Cramer went ahead and decided to say that Bitcoin is a great opportunity you should be holding. And sure enough, ever since then, we've had this pullback. So Elon Musk made a post here, inverse Kramer versus Pelosi tracker, who will win the final battle? And the meme with Jim Cramer, that's a nice asset you've got there. Would be ashamed if I were to speak positively about it because everything Jim Cramer ever says, literally the opposite always happens. Now, it doesn't always happen for longer periods of time. Bitcoin is still something that is probably a very, very positive thing to hold long term. And with Michael Saylor about to make this massive purchase coming Monday, we could see new all-time highs and that final push above the 100,000. The old saying, retail is here, is starting to be coming to fruition. You're seeing it posted all over the place. People that have been in crypto for a very long time are starting to say, oh, retail's here, retail's here. You know, oh, I was getting my car washed and the guy that was drying my car asked me, hey, what's Bitcoin, right? That type of stuff starts to happen. The guy who shines your shoes, if they start asking you about a stock or a crypto, and sometimes that could be an indication of the Pico top. But massive flow of funds into crypto is happening. This time it is different. And I completely agree that this time is different because remember, if you've been around for multiple bull runs, we've always been hoping and praying for institutional money to get here so our bags could pump to the moon. And that is happening this time around. In fact, they've been accumulating for years and years leading up to this current massive push. A record $38 billion year to date annualized inflows into crypto funds. And the source is from Bank of America Global Investment Strategy. This post is from Radar on X. Bitcoin Archive post just in, breaking news, Tether to partner with Cantor Fitzgerald for multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin-backed US dollar loan. And when it comes to Cantor Fitzgerald, they have been around since 1945. And what's really interesting is their CEO right now is Howard Lutnick. And Howard Lutnick was actually in the race for becoming Treasury Secretary. But now with this move, obviously there'd be a conflict of interest there. However, Trump did announce that he is nominating Howard Lutnick for the Secretary of Commerce. So another major win for the crypto industry, a huge crypto fan becoming part of the next administration. And one thing you've got to be very careful of in these markets, extreme volatility, people get really excited and they want to play with leverage, meaning instead of buying spot a Bitcoin for a piece of Bitcoin for $100, they'll put $100 worth of coins into an exchange and then they'll use leverage. They can trade it at 10x leverage, 100x leverage, depending on what exchange you're using. And with that, we'll see here 560 million in leveraged crypto positions liquidated in 4 hours as Bitcoin pulled back from that 99,000. So people started getting way too much FOMO at the top around 99,000. They started putting long positions in at 50x long, 100x long with a certain amount of money. With the pullback that it went through, it ended up liquidating all of those people, meaning they completely lost it. If they were holding spot Bitcoin or spot cryptos on these pullbacks, you don't lose it. But when you're playing with leverage, you got to be very, very careful.
SEC Commissioner Mark Ueda joins me now. Commissioner, Trump wants to make America the world's crypto capital. How will the next SEC chair make it happen?
Well, good morning, Stuart. One of the things that President Trump is absolutely right is the current administration's war on crypto needs to stop. There are a number of things that we can do with respect to crypto to help make America one of the global leaders in crypto. First off, from a regulatory perspective, we can provide the appropriate clarity. Some crypto is not even a security at all, but we need to make clear whether or not you fall within SEC jurisdiction or not. If you do, we need, again, a set of rules so those players in this space know what to do, whether it's making an offering, if you're a broker dealer, how you handle those sorts of transactions, how you get custody and safeguard those, what it means for asset managers. One of the other very important things we can do is to create safe harbors and regulatory sandboxes to allow that innovation to occur. And finally, we need to work with the Congress, the White House, and other federal regulatory agencies to make sure we have a cohesive and comprehensive approach to crypto.
Oh, you seem to have a pretty firm grasp of where you want to take the SEC. Gensler steps down on January the 20th when Trump comes in. Would you want the job? Would you take it?
Well, that's a decision for the president to make. What I can tell you is that whoever steps in that job, there is a lot of work that needs to be done to address some of the regulatory excesses, not only at the SEC, but at other administrative agencies. There are a lot of new rules and regulations that were rolled out. There are a lot of unintended consequences, many of which will need to be addressed.
You sound like you're auditioning for the job because you're coming out with all the things that Trump wants to see, right? Are you auditioning? Are you throwing your hat in the ring?
Well, I'm just going back to my experience in the last transition we had with President Trump. I was fortunate to be on our executive staff as a senior advisor to acting Chairman Michael Pivovar, who was named by President Trump to take over the agency after the Obama administration. And there are so many things like the situation was back then that need to be addressed. Back then, it was many of the regulatory overreaches that resulted from implementation of the Dodd-Frank Act.
Mark, I think your hat is firmly in the ring
As you heard there, Mark Ueda explains how Donald Trump wants to make the United States of America the crypto capital of the world. Ripple will begin to make their NDAs public once the new pro-crypto administration is in place. Brad Garlinghouse put out a post as well. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but Scott Bessent is the perfect pick for real Donald Trump. He will be the most pro-innovation, pro-crypto Treasury Secretary we've ever seen. Breaking: Janet Yellen has resigned. More breaking news about Janet Yellen. Everything's going everywhere. So let's take a look at the deep dive I did on X. Janet Yellen is leaving her role at the Treasury. What's she leaving behind? She's leaving massive federal budget deficit of $1.8 trillion during the Biden years. National debt has ballooned to $36 trillion under her watch. Yellen's strategy was to shift away from long-term debt to finance deficit, opting for shorter-term securities like Treasury bills. Critics argue this was to keep interest rates low during an election year, avoiding market shocks. As far as the bond market's perspectives, around 30% of all U.S. debt now consists of short-term securities, up from 15% in 2023. This approach could lead to higher interest rates if not managed carefully by the next administration. Were there political motivations behind her strategy while she was there? Some on Wall Street believe Yellen's debt management was politically motivated to maintain low interest rates, which could have electoral benefits, but leaves a complex situation for her successor. The nominated Trump secretary, Scott Bessent, a hedge fund mogul, will need to navigate this economic landscape, potentially facing higher interest rates if the strategy isn't changed. And what is Yellen's legacy? What is she leaving behind? Despite her credentials, her tenure saw economic challenges that many argue were not well managed. leaving the next team with significant cleanup. And my final thoughts, the incoming administration will have to deal with not just economic policy, but also the political implications of Yellen's financial strategies. This transition could define early economic policy under Trump. So let me know, are you excited about Yellen leaving, or do you think that she did a good job? Let me know down in the comments section. Speaking of politics, Senator Ted Cruz says his goal is to make Texas a hub for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And if you haven't been living under a rock, you know Michael Saylor has been planning on making another huge Bitcoin purchase. He tweeted out, "We need more green dots." And what's interesting, a lot of people talk about his strategy. He doesn't have a strategy of timing the market perfectly. He just buys and buys. He believes in time in the market is more powerful than timing the market.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.